For ages, humans have gazed at the night sky, wondering about the universe. In the 20th century, the Big Bang Theory came about, trying to explain how the universe started and grew. Even though many people accept it, it still doesn't answer some big questions about space. Recently, some cool new finds have just made things even more confusing. For example, in 2023, NASA's James Webb Space Telescope saw some stuff that looks older than the universe itself. This has scientists scratching their heads and wondering if stars can actually last longer than we thought possible. It makes us wonder if maybe we need a whole new way of thinking about the universe. We'll be chatting about these questions and more. If you want to stay in the loop about space news, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and hit the notification bell. About 200 light-years away, in the Asen constellation, there's a star called HD 114283. It's special because it's zooming through space at 44.83 kilometers per second. This gives us clues about its wild past. About 1 billion years ago, when the Milky Way was still forming, it crashed into a smaller galaxy where this weird star came from. What's really cool is that HD 114283 is super old. It's one of the oldest stars we've ever found, so people call it Methuselah, like the really old guy in the Bible. At first, they thought it was 16 billion years old. But better math puts it at 14.46 billion years old, give or take 800 million years. This is a problem because we think the universe is only about 13.8 billion years old based on measuring microwaves. So, what's up with this star? How can it be older than the universe? It doesn't make sense. So, scientists are checking if our tools and methods for dating stars and the universe are right. To see how big of a deal this is, you need to know how hard it is to figure out a star's age. Stars like our sun stay pretty much the same for billions of years, so it's hard to pinpoint their age super accurately. Astronomers look at tiny changes in brightness and color and compare them to star life cycle models. One way to guess a star's age is how fast it spins. Just like anything that spins slows down over time, stars do too. By measuring the spin of stars of different ages, scientists have come up with ways to guess a star's age using a method called gyrochronology. Methuselah is really old. Current measurements say it's the oldest star we know. Instead of asking if it's older than the universe, maybe we should ask if the universe is older than we thought. It's hard to get your head around 13.8 billion years. If the universe's timeline was 1 year, with the Big Bang on January 1st, Earth wouldn't show up until New Year's Eve, and humans would only be around for a few seconds. Scientists figure out the age of the universe by looking at light from distant stars that formed soon after the Big Bang. As the universe spreads out, it causes something called redshift. By studying how far away things are and how fast they're moving away, researchers think the universe is about 13.8 billion years old. But a new idea from the University of Ottawa says the universe might be way older, maybe around 26.7 billion years. Dr. Rainder Gupta, a physicist there, has a theory that mixes an old idea from a Swiss astronomer with new stuff in physics. He thinks that protons lose energy over long distances, which messes with how we see redshift. Gupta says redshift might be a mix of things, not just the universe spreading out. This could mean the universe is way older and might explain some mysteries that NASA's new telescopes are picking up. Gupta's idea builds on an old theory and the idea that some basic things in the universe might change over time. It's important to know that our idea of the universe's age has changed a lot. In the 1920s, Edwin Hubble thought the universe was only 2 billion years old. But later finds made that number way bigger, until we got to the 13.8 billion years we think now. Whether humans have been around for 10 seconds or 5 seconds on the cosmic timeline, the universe is incredibly old. It keeps spreading out, which makes us rethink what we thought we knew about its age. Meanwhile, new stuff about our own Milky Way galaxy is bringing up new questions. Data now says that stars on the edge of the galaxy move slower than stars in other galaxies. One idea is that our galaxy might not have much dark matter, which we can't see but think makes up most of the gravity in space. Or, maybe we don't really get dark matter and how it's spread out. Cybertext.wordpress.com. This confusion comes from the European Space Agency's Gaia mission, which has mapped the locations of almost 2 billion stars in the Milky Way. This has made scientists rethink how stars act, especially on the edges of the galaxy. How fast a star orbits is important for figuring out how much a galaxy weighs. Gravity is linked to mass. A new look at Gaia's data says the Milky Way, including gases, dust, stars, and dark matter, weighs about 200 trillion times the mass of the Sun. That's 5 times less than we thought. This might mean there's less stuff we can see in the galaxy, maybe because there's less dark matter. But figuring out a galaxy's weight is super tricky, and there might be issues with the satellite data or how we're looking at it. As we find out more, we'll keep an eye on these discoveries. In the future, better technology and new space missions should help us understand these space problems better. The James Webb Space Telescope is super powerful and will keep pushing what we know about the universe. We're not just looking at the age of stars or the universe, but also trying to figure out how galaxies, dark matter, and the forces in space work. Understanding how the universe spreads out is still a big deal in astronomy. But as we get more info, we might realize we were wrong before. One big question is if the rules of physics we know are the same everywhere and everywhen. Could there be forces or things we haven't found yet that change how galaxies move or how stars age? As our tools get better, we might find new things in the universe that don't fit what we thought we knew. More and more scientists see that we might not fully get dark matter, dark energy, and basic forces. Every new thing we see, from far-off galaxies to old stars, gives us new clues but also makes things more confusing. The idea that stars could be older than the universe or that the universe might be older than we think makes us rethink how we look at the cosmos. This might mean we need new physics, new theories, or even crazy new ways of seeing space and time. These changes also make us think about life itself and where humans fit in the universe. If these finds are real, they won't just change science, they could change how we see everything. As we keep talking about how old the universe really is, one thing is for sure, we're about to see some big changes in astronomy. The next few years might answer questions that people have had for thousands of years. Whether we're studying old stars or looking at dark matter and dark energy, the universe is still full of secrets. This is about discovery, but also about checking our knowledge. Trying to understand things makes us want to change our theories. We might not have all the answers yet, but finding them is just starting. If you want to keep up with these cool finds and ideas, stay curious. You never know what we'll learn next. If you want to stay in the know about space science and astronomy, subscribe to our channel, like this video, and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. As we dig deeper into what's out there, the future looks bright. With its amazing abilities, the James Webb Space Telescope will play a big part in figuring out the universe's secrets. It's already shown us awesome new views of distant galaxies, alien planets, and other space stuff. But this is just the start. As Webb goes deeper into space, it might find things that change how we see the universe. One exciting thing is looking for planets that could have life. We've found new exoplanets and places that scientists think could have life, so we're more likely than ever to find alien life. We haven't found proof of life yet, but it looks like it could be out there. Even finding tiny life somewhere else would be a huge deal, not just for science, but for how we think about life, God, and our place in the universe. It would change how we see ourselves. Plus, as we keep studying dark matter and dark energy, the stuff we can't see that makes up most of the universe, we're really testing our scientific ideas. Solving these mysteries could tell us a lot about how the universe is made and where it's going. At the same time, scientists are still looking at how galaxies act and change. For example, we now know that stars on the edge of the Milky Way move slower than we thought, so scientists are changing their old ideas. This might mean our galaxy and others don't have as much dark matter as we thought, which would change how we think about gravity and space. New data like this shows that every find can mess with our main theories. Also, if galaxies grow in ways we didn't expect, we need to keep changing our models of the universe. Could the universe be way older than we think? Are there whole parts of space history we haven't seen yet? These are the big questions that scientists are trying to answer. Using current and future space missions, what's clear is that we don't fully get the universe. Every find answers one question but opens the door to many more. This mystery, this endless unknown, is what makes us curious. It's what drives science, a never-ending search for understanding, driven by wonder, reason, and a hunger to know what's beyond the stars.